So hello, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We are about to start. If you want to leave in the chat, where are you from where are you watching us? We're so happy to have you here today. Welcome, everybody. We are Real Estate IQ. For the ones that haven't heard of us before, we have more than 12,000 registered attendees, more than 500 webinars hosted, and more than 100 keynote speakers. Thank you, Casey, for sharing. We have people from Philadelphia. Let me tell you a little bit more about us and who we are. We are a lead generation software and solutions company focused on helping real estate investors like you kickstart their business. So we strive to become the platform and resource to help them achieve their real estate dream. And what do? We provide real estate solutions to make deals come true. We offer a suite of lead generation automation tools, educational content, and additional services to the real estate industry to help entrepreneurs kickstart and grow their business. So let me show you a little bit about our streamline of our solutions. We offer off-market leads to find the freshest data mined straight from the card houses daily on our data portal. We also offer events, great education led by experts and training on our solutions. Skip tracing, get homeowners contact information effortlessly. CRM, perfect to track listings and marketing campaigns. Virtual assistants, virtual support for administrative tasks, customer service, and more. Buyer, personalized financial checkups and consultancy. EVA, run real estate comps in seconds with our renewed evaluation CMA. CLM, we now provide custom off-market data mining all over 50 states. And last but not least, our membership. Tailor plans to meet every investor's needs. So today we bring you this deal of the day, this amazing golden lead to grow your business. You can contact us to learn more. You can sign up to get the full address. You can submit your deals to advertise. And by scanning the QR code, you will get all the information about it. So don't miss it, so you can get all the information about this pre-foreclosure. And you can also join us in our newsletter so you can stay informed with Real Estate IQ's weekly newsletter, get market insights, data updates, and event highlights. All you need for successful real estate investments. So don't miss it. We have weekly webinars and in-person events. You can also get a free demonstration, a complimentary 30-minute in-depth one-on-one demo of Real Estate IQ solutions with one of our experts. So we will walk you through everything you need to know. For more information, you can contact Bracenet at realestateIQ.co. And answering the poll you have on your screen, you will get someone from our sales team getting in touch with you. So these are our social media accounts where you can follow us as well. We are in Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And by scanning the QR codes, you will have access to all of our information. And this is the Academy, Learning Made Easy. Here you can find our best webinars and short courses, so you can stream it at any time and from wherever you're based. So log into streams so you won't miss any of our best and exclusive webinars recorded. Today we have Steve Davis talking about building wealth with single-family houses. So we're so happy to have you with us today, Steve. Thank you for sharing your expertise with us. And feel free, everybody, to share all your questions and concerns in the Q&A box and chat box so Steve is able to answer them. Thank you.
So you ready for me?
Yeah, I am. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I want to talk about single-family investing and why single-family investing, of course, builds wealth so much more quickly than other investments. But I wanted to start off by addressing the issue that a lot of people have, which is they're not giving themselves permission to succeed. And when people first hear that, they can be a little taken aback. It's like you're out there struggling, you're busting your rear end, and then somebody comes up and says you're not giving yourself permission to succeed. Well, here's the problem. Most people are in jobs or self-employment they know can never take them where they want to be financially. They know it. They've done it for long periods of time, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, some people even longer than that. And they've never gotten in the financial position that they want to get in. So what I want you to think about is this. Let's say that I go out and I buy the most expensive car on the planet, the newest Ferrari. And I drive up to your house and I say, hop in, we're going to drive to England. How many of you would get in the car with me to drive to England? None of you, because you can't drive to England. It's the wrong vehicle. See, you need a jet or you need a boat or a ship to get to England. It's an island. Wrong vehicle. You must give yourself permission to succeed financially by being in a vehicle that can take you where you want to go. And the reason Real Estate IQ exists, the reason we exist at Total Wealth Academy, is because real estate is that vehicle. 90% of the millionaires in America used real estate to become so. So by watching webinars like this, reading, attending seminars, I just encourage you to keep going, keep learning, because real estate is the right vehicle and it can take you where you want to be. And once you start investing in real estate, you're finally giving yourself permission to succeed by being in a vehicle that can take you where you want to go. So the next thing I want to address, I've been on the radio for 27 years, 5, 6, 7 days a week. And for 27 years, I've had a bet out there on the radio show. And the bet goes like this. I'll put up $300,000 in real estate. You put up $300,000 in the stock market. We meet at the end of the year, and whoever has the most profit wins the other person's $300,000. Now, for 27 years, I've said that in front of millions of people. Guess how many people have taken me up on that bet? 0. Would any of you take me up on that bet? Of course not. The reason is you know in your heart that real estate outperforms the stock market. But let me ask you a question. Where's your money right now? If you've got an IRA or a 401k, where's your money? It's in the stock market, isn't it? It's in mutual funds or stocks. What are you doing? You're not giving yourself permission to succeed. See, the problem with the stock market, like Vegas, is it's a form of gambling. What you're doing is you're gambling that the value will go up when every 6 years it goes down. The average rate of return for the stock market over the last 75 years has been about 7.5%. 7.5%. That barely keeps up with inflation after taxes and inflation. So the first thing that you must understand is that the stock market, mutual funds, were never designed to build wealth. They were designed to keep up with inflation. And that's about all they do. And they don't always keep up with inflation. So it is a gamble. So what I'd like to do is show you exactly how this would work. If someone took me up on this bet and they put $300,000 in the stock market on January 1st, let's pretend that it's not 7.5%. Let's pretend that a new president comes in, unbelievable. He turns the market around and they get a 30% rate of return that year. That would mean they would earn $90,000 over the year. Not a bad return. But here's what you and I are going to do. We're going to put, oops, sorry. We're going to put $300,000 into 10 single-family homes. We're going to go out into a neighborhood on the outskirts of some major city and find a neighborhood where the average home sells for $200,000. We're going to put less than $30,000 down on each house, but let's just say it's $30,000. And our all-in cost per house is going to be about $170,000. How would I find these deals? Through Real Estate IQ, because it's an incredible source for finding distressed property, for finding foreclosures. I'm going to use Real Estate IQ to find these 10 houses. The first way that we're going to make money off of these houses is a thing called cash flow. Now, this is the most common thing that people talk about when it comes to rental property, but you have to understand that when you invest in real estate, you make money 4 ways for every dollar that you put into a piece of real estate. The first way, as I mentioned, is cash flow. We're going to make about $400 a month per house, or $48,000 a year, after principal, interest, taxes, insurance, maintenance, vacancy, all expenses. So we're going to make about $48,000 just off of cash flow alone. But it's also making us money a second way, and that is appreciation. Real estate goes up in value about 3% a year. That doubles the value of your real estate about every 20 years. Be aware that since 1776, real estate has doubled in value every 20 years. So it is brutally consistent. But appreciation is going to be 3% of the $2 million ARV on these houses, or $60,000. The third way that the property is going to make you money is a thing called principal paydown. Every time your renters pay their rent, you're going to pay your mortgage and reduce what you owe on the property. It's not going to be a lot the first few years. It becomes substantial after about the 15th year. But it's only going to be about 2.5%, or an additional $35,000 in principal paydown. More profit to us. But then there's the fourth way that real estate makes you money. Let's review. Cash flow, appreciation, principal paydown, and equity capture. This is the big one. If those properties were worth $2 million, $200,000 a piece times 10, and we picked them up for $1.7 million, we picked up $300,000 in equity capture. Your net worth, when you bought these 10 houses, went up $300,000. So let's go back and see how well we did. The stock guy, again, they made $90,000. Us, the real estate guy, we made $48,000 in cash flow, $60,000 in appreciation, $35,000 in principal paydown, and $300,000 in equity capture. Our total profit The first year, $443,000. We win the other person's $300,000 as well. So we actually made $743,000 off this bet. Is it becoming obvious why real estate accounts for 9 out of 10 millionaires in the US? If every dollar you have in a piece of real estate makes you money 4 ways, while every dollar you have in the stock market only makes you money 1 way, you can see why the profit is over 4 times as much as having your money in the stock market. You got almost 5 years ahead of the stock market speculator in profit. So does it make sense when I say that real estate saves your life? It does. You got 5 years worth of results in 1 year compared to the stock market guy. So you got to ask yourself, what will you do moving forward? Again, I encourage you, subscribe to Real Estate IQ, get the list of properties, and start adding some real estate to your portfolio as soon as possible. You will outperform the stock market between 300% and 400%. It's going to change your life, guaranteed. All right. Let me give you an excerpt from our free sample class. And this excerpt is probably the most important lesson out of our free sample class. You can watch the rest of this by going to totalwealthacademy.com and just click the free sample class button there. But I'll give you that website at the end as well. But to give yourself permission to succeed, you've got to have an effective map. If you look at that picture there, that looks like a map to success, doesn't it? But what if there was a mistake at the printing company and the map to failure was accidentally labeled the map to success? You could study the map for hours at a time. You could take map reading courses. You could work on your motivation and stay positive and think positive. You could work hard studying the map, like I mentioned. But would you ever get where you're going? No, because the map is wrong. Let me give you an example of what I mean. We all start somewhere, and for this example, we'll call that home. And from the time we're old enough to walk, people start telling us how to get to peace, joy, love, wealth, health, and happiness. They start telling us how to get to success. And it's first our parents. From the time we're old enough to walk, they're telling us something like this: work hard in high school, try to get into college, go to college, get a degree, get out, get a job with a major corporation with high pay and good benefits, scrimp and save. Put your money in an IRA or 401k, work for 45 years, retire, and live off your savings. Does that map sound familiar to you? Sure, it's the map we're all given. But after our parents give us that map, we then go to high school. And our high school teachers and counselors give us the same map. They tell us that's the map to success. But then one step further, if you're lucky enough to go to college, your professors and counselors give you the same map. Work hard in high school, get a high-paying job, scrimp and save, work for 45 years, retire and live off your savings. That's what they're telling us. And you go down the path. Even your bosses, your friends, your neighbors, they all give you the same map. They tell you that, but one thing you'll notice is that arrow pointing towards success. The answer is no. And one of two things will wake you up. If you're lucky, like I was, at age 27, I had a financial catastrophe. My company came in and cut my pay, and that woke me up that I had the wrong map. Other people are not as lucky. They wait till 35, 40, midlife, before they wake up. They wake up on that 35th birthday and they go, wow, 2 times 35 is 70. I'm halfway there and I'm nowhere near what? Success. Well, here's the problem. What most people do is they internalize it and blame themselves. They say things like, I'm not smart enough. So they go get another degree or maybe a master's degree. Other people will say, I'm not working hard enough. Like that's what I did. I went to 70 hours a week. I thought I'd outwork everybody to be successful. Some people will take a second job. Other people will say it's their attitude. The reason they're not becoming financially successful, they got the wrong attitude. They're not motivated enough. So they take motivational courses and they work on their attitude. The problem is this: all these things can do, more formal education, working harder, working on your motivation, all those things can possibly do is get you to the wrong place faster. Because the problem is not with you. The problem is with the map. Guess where the people that taught us how to get to success have never been? Success. I want you to think about this. Were your parents multimillionaire entrepreneurs? No? Well, what about your high school teachers? Were they multimillionaire entrepreneurs? No. Well, what about college? Were your college professors, they gave you a map to success? Were they multimillionaire entrepreneurs? The answer is no. And what I want you to think about is this: is it not possible that our parents, our teachers, and our college professors gave us the wrong map? It's not only possible, it's 100% accurate. You need to be aware that 95% of Americans who use that map fail to retire by age 65. 95%. Yet we keep putting that map out there. Work hard in high school, go to college, get a high-paying job, scrimp and save, retire and live off your savings. It doesn't work. You're not giving yourself permission to succeed. See, to get to success, you need a different map. You need a map that the wealthy are using. See, some of you even got desperate. I better address this. Some of you, when you realized you weren't in the financial position that you want to be in at your age, you got desperate and hired a thing called a financial planner, but you didn't do the math. You didn't go to Google and type in, what does the average financial planner in the US make? You would have found that they make less than $100,000 a year. So here's what you did. Those of you with financial planners, you said this. You went to your financial planner and said, hey, I know you don't make a lot of money. I know you're not rich. I know you're not retired, but can you teach me how to get rich and retire? Do you see the disconnect? They can't help you. They can't help you. They've never done it. See, what you've got to understand is that the rich teach their kids differently than the poor and middle class. Differently. When my son turned 8 years old, I gave him a Lego for his birthday and a copy of this book, The Richest Man in Babylon, and had him read it. The gist of The Richest Man in Babylon is you have to build a second stream of income. And I told him at age 8, son, you got to have a second stream of income. Now go play with your Lego and have fun. When he turned 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, I warned him, you've got to have a second stream of income. 16, 17, 18, son, you're off to college. I'm so proud of you, but don't forget, you've got to have a second stream of income. By the time my son graduated college, he had 11 rent houses and $4,000 a month in second stream of income. Now, some of you may say, well, your son must be super brilliant, super hardworking. He is. So are you. So are you. The difference is not brilliance. The difference is not hard work. The difference is I gave him the right map. How many of you were told at age 8 you were supposed to have a second stream of income? The answer is none of you. You weren't told. You were told the wrong map. You were given the wrong map to success. See, Warren Buffett has said this for close to 50 years now. Never depend on a single source of income. Invest to create a second source. So, was Warren Buffett talking about stocks and mutual funds? No, they don't produce cash flow. He was referring to businesses and primarily real estate, since it produces more millionaires. So what you've got to understand is you've got to get the right map. If you'll take our little free sample class at totalwealthacademy.com, you can see this entire presentation and you'll learn the map you see right in front of you with an arrow that goes directly to success. So any of you that would like to watch the entire free sample class, just go to totalwealthacademy.com, totalwealthacademy.com, and click on the free sample class there. And now I'll open this up to questions, and I'm willing to answer questions on anything from maybe you have a fear about investing in real estate. You're worried it takes a lot of money. You're worried you have to have perfect credit. I don't care. Any question that you've got about building wealth for yourself and your family with real estate, if you'll just put it in the chat, I'll answer it. Anybody have any questions? Where do you start? Now, this is a tough question because there's only one answer from wherever you are now. The first place to start is educating yourself, because real estate investing is rocket science. All these guys and gals are out there telling you real estate's easy. It's a no-brainer. No, to do this correctly, you've got to educate yourself. And I take at Total Wealth Academy, our educational courses take people from never having owned a piece of real estate, even their own home, to owning 4,000 apartment units. So you don't have to use us, but we are available. That's where you start. Get educated and then take massive education on what you learn. Any other questions? Were my property, David, were my properties purchased under an LLC? None of my single family houses, and I had over 100 of them, were ever bought under an LLC. That is a waste of time, a waste of money. You end up having to do multiple tax returns. That's attorneys that want to sell LLCs telling you that you need them. There's 3 layers of protection for liability. The most important is your insurance policy. Keep $300,000 liability insurance on each of your houses, and then have an umbrella policy over all of your houses for $1 million. So that if somebody ever sues you, and I can tell you in 34 years, I've never been sued on a single family house. If somebody sues you, your insurance takes care of it. The second layer of protection is your management style, David. Make sure you keep your houses in perfect shape. Where people get sued is when they don't take care of the houses and something goes wrong in the house and injures someone. Make sure, David, that when you buy your houses, you rehab them up front, make them perfect before you ever allow a tenant to move in there. The third layer of protection would be an LLC, but I don't use them. Now, on commercial real estate, apartment complexes, every apartment complex I buy is in an LLC. So on commercial real estate, it's a requirement, but on single family residential, 4 units and below, you don't need an LLC. Any other questions? You're welcome, David. Thanks for the question. Just a few more seconds. Anybody else have a question? I think we're done then. Thank you all so much for listening. I really appreciate the opportunity to share this material with you. I hope that it's beneficial. And again, if you want to see the entire presentation, go to totalwealthacademy.com, totalwealthacademy.com, click on the free sample class there, and you can watch it online anywhere in the United States. Or if you're in Houston or Dallas, we have offices there. You can watch it live. Thanks again, and I'll turn it back over to the host.
Thank you, Steve. It was an amazing presentation, and thank you, everybody, for sharing your questions and attending today. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Hope to see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.